Thank you very much, Victor. Hal, let me take you behind the curtain. We just had Keith Kirkwood on with us. Deuce steps up and he says, one day, Deuce, I want your autograph for the next couple of days. That has to make you feel pretty good, right?
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's just showing that Deuce, you're old. That's what it tells you. But he's a really good kid. He works hard. He wants to do the right thing, and he's continuing to learn. So you have to feel really good about him being able to progress like he has.
What does it say about Sean Payton, the scouting department, this football team, Drew Brees? 4 guys catch touchdown passes. They're all undrafted guys.
How about that? And Tommylee is the only one that had caught a touchdown pass previously.
Exactly.
And so, it's just really, hey, look, if you come in and you work, we're going to find you. And they're just fitting pieces into what they do from an offensive standpoint. And guys are just making plays, and that's what you really love. You can't lock in just on Michael Thomas. Mike can make a lot of plays for you, but you have other players that are stepping up.
The running game was huge, obviously, from the get-go. I mean, both guys contributing, averaging over 5 yards a carry. How big was that running game?
Well, you could tell it early on. I mean, they were having trouble stopping it, whether it was an extra tight end or it was just out of base formation. But it was really impressive with Alvin being back there because of how they were playing him. Mark was getting the base look. Alvin, they would come in, they were giving him the nickel respect. So it was impressive to see them have that success.
The defense just continues to get better, Deuce, creating opportunities with takeaways. And, the other night, I'm watching the Chiefs and Rams. Not much defense in that game. This defense is a lot better than those teams.
This defense is a lot better. But, the one negative had been in the red zone. They were giving up touchdowns. Tonight, they were taking the football away. And, I mean, when you can take the football or hold a team to field goals in the red zone, you can win a lot of games, particularly with this offense. So for them to create turnovers like that, Atlanta was going for it in the second quarter. Fourth down, they were going for it.
Right.
That's when you knew that they knew that this game was getting away, and it was just 17-3. But they knew they could not let it continue to get away from that standpoint.
Complementary football, we've seen it in different fashions so far this year, but we're seeing it more and more from this football team, and that has to be encouraging moving forward because, they played so well. They've won 10 straight, but it's getting better every week.
Second time this year, I believe, Drew hadn't thrown for over 200 yards, and it's a convincing win. They win by 14 points. As fans, we get spoiled because it's not the 45 or the 48 score, but this game was close at, one moment, but this game was really over in the second quarter.
Right. And defensively, different guys are stepping up. A.J. Klein had a big game. Von Bell and Anzalone every week just seems to be making a play. And the D-line is there. And Lattimore's there. It's everybody. 4th
game in a row, defenses came up with a big turnover right before the half. Drew is stepping up. He's normally handing the football off. Drew, you normally hand it off to me. I'm going to hand the mic to you.
This?
Okay.
And,
you can stay in on this conversation. I can just stand here.
You want to ask him a question?
I'm going to ask him one question.
Go ahead. Your questions are better than mine anyway.
At what point?
Exactly.
So today, you guys go to Wildcat, or at least taste the Taysom Hill package.
I'm waiting for him to throw me a ball.
It's coming because this time, particularly in the red zone, they sagged off.
No respect.
And so I'm looking at how hard are you lobbying Sean Payton for that pass to come to you?
Yeah, he keeps telling me that the coaches have told him not to throw it to me, but we can't say it because the other team is going to watch this broadcast, and they're gonna feel like I'm not a threat.
Right.
But just when they think that, it's going to happen. It's coming at some point. It's inevitable.
The other part, we had to rag you, and I don't know if Zach brought it up to you about your favorite Thanksgiving dish.
Yeah.
Your grandmother's
the cinnamon applesauce.
The cinnamon applesauce.
The Red Hot,
The Red Hots in there.
Yeah.
With Red Hots in there.
There's Red Hots in there, yeah.
I'm going to have to try this. So you got to give me the recipe, so at least, because mine is only cranberry sauce. So.
Oh, yeah. The cinnamon Red Hots, next level. That's good stuff.
I like it.
That was Grandma Brees, Betty Brees.
I like it. Well, congratulations, brother. I'm going to let you guys get back to work here.
I think he's going to miss you, Deuce, but we'll keep going here.
Happy Thanksgiving, Deuce.
I was kidding him that Keith Kirkwood wanted his autograph when he came in here a couple minutes ago. He says that means he's getting old.
That's pretty funny.
Listen, great game. Happy Thanksgiving. This game, to me, was what this team wants to be. Complementary football all around. You ran the ball, you passed the ball, and the defense played well.
Yeah. Continuing to find ways to win, right? And what is winning football, man? Taking care of the football and taking it away. We did that tonight. Rushing the football. We did that tonight. 150 yards on the ground, averaging almost 5 yards a carry. Stopping their rush, right? Really making them one-dimensional. Those are, stop right there. Those are two biggest stats in the game. And then, you throw in third down percentage and red zone and all that stuff. We were able to put together some good drives and score touchdowns.
How much fun are you having right now with this football team?
Listen, I'm having fun. My favorite stat of the night was the fact that 4 undrafted free agents.
You took the words out of my mouth. How much fun was
scored touchdowns tonight. Man, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, really, think about it. That's awesome. Right. What? 2 of those, it was their first one ever,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So, I love seeing young guys that you say come up the hard way, right? I mean, come in as undrafted free agents, man, they got to earn it each and every day, right? Yeah. And all of a sudden, because of injuries or whatever, they get the opportunity to step in and play. And, here we are in a short week and trying to throw a plan together. And, man, these guys go out there and play the way that they did. And, listen, it wasn't always perfect. There's plenty of room to grow, right? Plenty of chemistry and everything to still build with these guys. But just to have some of that initial success, man, just breeds a ton of confidence. And knowing that, man, we're going to need everybody down the stretch here. We're going to need everybody.
Michael Thomas gets a lot of attention, and deservingly so, but you've kind of been looking for a complimentary receiver. I mean, Traquan played well a week ago, but then you get 4 guys like that, and I know you don't like to brag on yourself, but the chemistry is rare to build it immediately with anybody who hasn't played that much, but to do it with 4 different guys, I mean, what does that say about this offense?
Yeah, it takes a lot of work, I mean, throughout the week, as you begin to put together the plan and you start thinking about, okay, these are the situations where we're going to call these plays, that feature these guys, right? And these are the looks that we're anticipating. And, but if you get this look, then be ready for this adjustment or that adjustment. And that just takes time, that takes time on task. And so you want them, I mean, as we go along here, to just continue to build the confidence. And it only comes with experience, right?
Sure.
And that way they can play faster, and I think that's when, man, we're really clicking on all cylinders, But it was, man, this was a good next step for those guys.
What does that do for morale as an offense when you have a night like this with guys who step up like that?
Well, listen, I know this. The sideline lights up whenever, hey, Tommylee Lewis comes back after, being out for 8 weeks, and catches the first touchdown on the first drive. And then, Dan Darnold, who we've seen, slowly, excuse me, getting more and more involved in the offense. He gets his first touchdown, right? And then, Austin Carr, who's been kind of a little bit of everything for us, he gets one. And then Keith Kirkwood, who just came up off practice squad. Let's not forget, right? Like 2 weeks ago. So, man, it gets everyone excited because you know how hard these guys have worked and earned the opportunity to be here.
Speaking of clicking, the running game, averaging over 5 yards a carry, a lot of Kamara, some Ingram. Yeah, you just keep seeing that every week along with all these complementary parts at wide receiver. This offense, along with maybe the best offensive line in the NFL, I mean, how strong is this offense compared to maybe any offense you've had since you've been here?
Well, listen, we just take it one step at a time. But listen, I feel like we can beat people in a lot of different ways, and I feel like we can attack people in a lot of different ways offensively. And so when you have 2 backs that are so versatile and so dynamic, like AK and Mark, obviously that goes a long way. It all starts up front. I mean, it all starts up front with the guys on the O-line, and they've done a tremendous job as a unit in both the run game and the pass game. At the receiver position, obviously Mike gets a ton of attention, but when Ted Ginn's out there, right, and when Traquan's out there, and when these young guys, it's just we want other defenses to feel like, God, there's just so much to worry about here.
You've won 10 straight games, but the Rams still only have 1 loss. Is that motivation, or are you guys just worried about every game?
Listen, we're worried about each and every game one at a time, right? And we'll let this thing play out. But we're just going to continue to prepare and continue to work and continue to have fun along the way, just doing what we do and continuing to build that chemistry that I talk about with these young guys, man. We're taking, still have a long way to go.
Right. Final question, kind of an odd day to play football on Thanksgiving. You have a busy family at home.
Yeah.
Do you celebrate Thanksgiving tomorrow? How does that work?
Yeah,
with
we'll
Brees
celebrate
family?
it tomorrow just because we played today. But yeah,
right.
I got a bunch of family in town, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandmother. So excited to be with them.
Final question, final thought though. Peter King, in the great article this week, he said there is no wrong answer in these meetings. So I guess when you lobby for a reception, that's no wrong answer with Coach Payton, huh? Some other place? Huh?
Yeah, at some point.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
Just want to throw that in there.
All right.
Drew Brees, happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, happy Thanksgiving
All right,
to you.
back to you guys.